Sorry, guys. The whole time I was talking, you guys were not even listening. You guys couldn't even hear me. Can you guys hear me? Okay, there we go. I apologize. Thank you guys for joining me, your friend Anthony Aguero. Jumping on here, guys. A lot of people have been sending me messages about the tragedy that happened in Mexico, in Ciudad Juárez, yesterday evening. Uh, while I was in El Paso yesterday, and I was actually broadcasting, apparently on the other side, there was a fire that was set ablaze, and it was set ablaze because uh, a group of migrants had been basically rounded up. So the to keep it simple for you guys, basically the Border Patrol in Mexico, along with other law enforcement organizations out there, actually went and had been doing massive roundups. When these people were rounded up and they found out that they were going to be getting basically deported, they got really upset. And basically, they started burning their mattresses and their blankets in hopes that they would be released or let out, in hopes that the guards would potentially run in there and try to extinguish the flames. Now, it's a very, very sad situation all around, 100%. 100%. Because anytime anybody loses their life, it's never good. And it's very, very sad. But for people that are now putting the blame on the officer, I'm going to let you guys watch this video, and then you guys get a better idea as to what actually went down out there. And so, let me get this. There we go. I'm going to show you guys here exactly what happened. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Here it goes. You guys see over here, can you guys see the mouse? Over here on this side, you guys see these guys are kicking already and throwing stuff, okay? So I'm gonna let you guys watch, and I'll come back. I'll come right back to it, guys. Check this out. You see the officers on both sides of the screen, getting their stuff. Now they're seeing that there's a blaze in there. And guys, let me tell you guys, we've seen plenty of. Look at this. I want to get y'all's input on all of this, guys. I want to get y'all's input on this because although, I mean, I want to know what you guys are thinking here, all right? Do you guys think that this was the blame on the agents, or does the blame ultimately fall on the individual? Okay? let me put it to you guys like this. If these individuals had been, or had it been people in a jail in the United States, and they are protesting because they want to get out, and they start a fire, and they burn themselves down in there, whose fault is that? Okay? You put yourself in jail. Obviously, you put yourself in jail because you've committed a crime. You've committed a crime. So now you're in jail. And what was many of these people's offenses, unfortunately? And guys, I'm not being mean and I'm not being disrespectful or judgmental. I'm stating facts. And a lot of people can't seem to take that anymore. Okay? Yes, it's a tragedy what happened. But let's not start putting and pointing the finger at these officers that are right there. Because clearly they're, one, outnumbered. Two, I obviously I was not there to witness what happened prior to this. But we've seen plenty of videos where these people don't quite behave normal. And so, personally, if I know I'm confined within four walls and I know that I have no way or means of getting myself out because I am in custody, because I am in jail, because I broke the law, I probably would not start a fire in my personal space hoping that they're gonna go and get me out. There's no logic. And earlier I commented on this same video that you guys are watching right here, and people about lost their mind on me simply because I stated that they should not have been burning anything inside of the installations. That is wrong. Now, why would you go to a different country and protest somebody else's government, but you don't get brave like that on your own government at home? Never would you have ever behaved in such manner with your government, but you go to a different country, and because you let other people gaslight you along the way, you get to the U.S. southern border and you feel entitlement. That's not the way things go. And although it's a sad situation, what did we expect would eventually happen? This is only going to continue to get worse. This is only going to continue to get worse. And yes, we can all, or everybody can say that Joe Biden invited these people. Granted, I'll give you that. But that's not blood on the hands of Joe Biden. I don't like the guy. I don't like the guy. But let's not be like the left here. Let's not go and say that because of DJT, we had J6. You can't say that because these people acted in a certain manner, it's Joe Biden's fault. I don't think Joe Biden sent a memoir or a memo or a letter or a phone call to say, hey, burn down the installation so they let you out. I don't think it happened like that. So at some point we have to start, people need to start taking accountability for their actions. It was not right for them to start trying to burn the installations. It is not a get out of jail free card. Other countries have laws. And as unjust as it may seem to a lot of these people, laws are very unjust in the United States, just the same. We're witnessing that. We're witnessing that. So I don't think it was right for people just to start coming out and attacking these officers. Because we know very well that these people tend to get violent. There have been instances where even our friend Oscar, I think I have one of his videos up here right now. Let me show you guys. Look at the behavior, some of the stuff that they do, okay, to garnish attention. And I'll let you guys listen in and watch this right here. All right. I think it's in English.
Of the, as Irineo Mujica has said, is not the lack of attention anymore. It is the inhuman attention that the Institute of National Immigration is not doing with the migrants. As you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a woman that is not here. They have put stitches on their lips as a protest to shut down their mouths and to ultimately close as a protest, as a hunger protest, and ultimately to send a message to the Institute of National Immigration that is in front of us. Right now, the office is on the right-hand side, so nobody's putting attention to them.
This was like 8 months ago, guys.
Humanitarian visa, the visa transit. They have been here waiting for weeks with a lack of attention, and children are sleeping on the floor. And this is they have stitched.
See, and you guys just heard Oscar right there say, and children sleeping on the floor. Who in their right mind would just pick up and leave and put your child through that situation without planning ahead of time? It's like sometimes we see people on the side of the road as you're driving down the freeway, down the highway, and it says, they have a sign that says, traveling, no money, need help. It's like, how are you traveling if you have no money? How are you going to go on vacation if you have no money? How are you going to say, hey, I'm going to take off just by the grace of God, hopefully somebody hooks me up with cash? No, it doesn't work like that. Like, people need to prepare a little better, I feel. I feel that they need to prepare a little bit better. Let's look at this one. Not even that long ago. This was actually like 2 weeks ago. We all witnessed it. We saw the videos. This one's from a different YouTube channel, El País. Let me go ahead and play this. Let's play it. Look at this. It was 2,000 migrants that were bomb rushing the border, guys. Look at how they have the kids. The kids' head bobbling everywhere. That's not civilized behavior, guys. Look at this. Could you guys imagine? The inside of those facilities.
Estamos cansados, como dice la señorita, durmiendo en la calle. Mira, ya no dicen que estén durmiendo aquí. Si nos vamos a un hotel, también nos sacan de los hoteles, nos pegan, nos quitan los teléfonos, nos amedrantan. Hermano, mira, nosotros aquí venimos, pues, como quien dice en mi tierra, a echarle bola a esto. Aquí venimos a trabajar, aquí hay un pueblo que tiene ganas de trabajar, hermano.
I get I get exactly what the guy is saying. All right? I get what the guy's saying. The guy's saying there's people here that want to work. We come here with cojones. We're here to do the thing. Basically, is what he's saying. But it's not done in a barbaric manner like that. That's uncivilized behavior. And so before we start putting the blame, and I wanted to jump on here because even some people on the right started saying, oh, this is on Joe Biden. And it's like, yo, they didn't even make it to the U.S. yet. Joe Biden didn't tell them set this facility on fire. This video that you guys are watching right now, the young lady that was crying says she just wants an opportunity, that the application isn't working. These people don't understand that there is a limit. There is a limit on a daily basis of how many people from every country can come into the U.S. It's not unlimited. You're not just gonna all of a sudden download the app, fill it out, and show up the next day and walk on in or waltz on in. There's a waiting line, and then there's also the factor of you being able on a daily basis to be one of those first people, one of those first 10, 15,000 people to register on the application to get that date for your passage. They don't understand that. And there's also a factor that there are people that are nowhere near the border. There are people still in their country downloading this app, doing a disservice to the people that are already on the border, that they can't get an appointment set in because people from all over the world are busy trying to get that appointment set, and they don't understand that there's a limit, there's a cap every day. So it's different situations like that drive this, and then add to that they have handlers south of the border that encourage this kind of behavior, that do also gaslight these people and into oh, do this, do that. They'll force you in there. You'll force your way in there. And so with that being said, 39 people lost their life tragically yesterday in the most gruesome way possible. Like, nobody deserves to die in that style. And I feel for the families. I even hate just imagining the grotesque aspect of all of it. But at the same time, let's yes, it's sad it happened, but it's not the officer's fault that was in that immediate area. Okay, it's not the officer's fault whatsoever that these people set themselves ablaze. It's sad, yes, it's sad. And people were attacking me earlier today, that how am I so cold-hearted and this and that. And listen, I'm not cold-hearted about the situation. I'm just stating facts. And people are upset that I'm not like, yes, it's a sad situation, but they did it to themselves. Nobody told them to light themselves on fire like that. And what did they expect? Oh, I'm gonna light this on fire, now you gotta let me out? Would it have made some of y'all much happier if they would have got out and potentially killed those officers that were in there? Would that be a much better outcome for you guys? Would that have satisfied you guys a lot better? Like, no, we see what they do, and unfortunately, more often than not, it's not good. It's not good. Um, and I could imagine what these officers that were in there, how they're feeling now, what they could have been feeling right there in the heat of the moment. How bad was it before it escalated to all of that? And a lot of people want to always, oh, poor migrants, poor migrants, poor migrants. But yes, what about all of the law enforcement that is seeing everything on a daily basis, that have to deal with these people? A lot of times having to deal with the disrespect aspect of all of this that's happening. They go home and they got stuff in their heads too. It's not just the migrants. That is also just a narrative on the left to try to tug at people's heartstrings, and try to put your logic and your common sense aside for your heart. At what point as Americans do we say enough? It's like a bad relationship. You know it's bad for you, but at some point you gotta say enough, because you're just hurting yourself. That's the way the United States is right now. We're just hurting ourselves. At what point do we start taking care of our own first? El Paso right now is getting set to receive 20 of these people that were injured in this fire. Now, how many times, or when was the last time you went to the hospital and got taken care of and got aftercare treatment and got housing or somewhere for you to go and recover at? When was the last time they did that for you? Because that's what's about to happen. 20 of these people are about to be brought into El Paso County, and they are about to be dispersed amongst different hospitals to be taken care of and be given treatment. How is that fair for any of us down here, that because of their actions, now we have to fork over the bill and take care of them and aftercare and find them housing and all of that? Essentially, we are rewarding that behavior. Are we not? We're rewarding it. Look at how they put the kids in front first. Grown men holding babies, front of the line. That's how they roll. Look at this.
¿Qué tal? Bienvenidos a esta emisión del Mundo en
I will
Línea.
translate
Soy
here
Leslie
shortly,
López.
guys.
Comenzamos en Ciudad Juárez, México, con un incendio que acabó con la vida de casi 40 migrantes,
39 migrants,
decenas de heridos. Estamos
and
cubriendo esta
dozens were
noticia
hurt.
desde varios ángulos. Esto es lo que sabemos hasta el momento.
This is what we know as
El
of
hecho
right now.
ocurrió la noche del lunes en un centro de detención de migrantes.
In the detention center yesterday,
al
Monday,
Instituto
in
Nacional de
Ciudad
Migración.
Juárez, a few miles away from the international port of entry. To the moment, there are 39 dead and 29 that are hurt. Guatemala, Colombia, Ecuador, El Salvador, Honduras, and Venezuela are the nationalities of the migrants that were injured yesterday night.
César Contreras nos tiene lo último desde Ciudad Juárez. Veamos.
Una tragedia más en esta crisis migratoria que parece nunca acabar. Migrantes, en su mayoría centroamericanos y venezolanos, perdieron la vida en un incendio en las instalaciones del Instituto Nacional de Migración en la fronteriza, Ciudad Juárez. Alrededor de las 10 de la noche, migrantes detenidos en las oficinas del Instituto Nacional de Migración de Ciudad Juárez en México prendieron fuego a colchones y otros objetos como protesta, luego de que se les comunicara que serían deportados a sus países de origen.
So, after they were apprehended, like I told you guys earlier, after they were apprehended because they were rounding them up, because they're literally all over the city in Ciudad Juárez, especially near the border. and they've become honestly kind of like a nuisance to some of the citizens of Ciudad Juarez because of the overcrowding and whatnot. The crime has gone up, and so what's happening is basically the Mexican Border Patrol has been doing their little sweeps alongside other law enforcement agencies in Mexico. And so they do their sweeps, they go through hotels. We've shown you guys videos of the migrants even jumping out of the windows trying to avoid apprehension because they are actually in Mexico illegally. So these people are trying their best to avoid detection or apprehension. And as they've been apprehended, once they found out that they were going to get deported, that's when tensions really started rising in these detention centers.
Grave, pero la organización que tiene la Cruz Roja ahora sí que es en el grupo de voluntarios inmediatamente se sale la comunicación y todos acuden a la delegación y rápidamente se activan las diferentes ambulancias como las unidades de rescate.
So Mexican Red Cross are some of the people that were first on the scene to try to help rescue or pull out people. She said that there was immediate response on behalf of Cruz Roja Mexicana, which is basically the Red Cross in Mexico.
Información oficial, los migrantes custodiados por autoridades mexicanas en el centro de detención habrían ocasionado el incendio que salió de control provocando la muerte hasta el momento de 39 personas y 29 heridos.
So he just repeated right now that basically once these individuals found out that they were going to be getting deported, they got really upset, and that's why they started to burn their mattresses and their blankets, and it got out of control, and now 39 of their fellow colleagues are now dead.
Varios de los cuales fueron trasladados por la Cruz Roja.
Nosotros trasladamos alrededor de 10 personas, estaban estables 6 hace rato, se acaban de mover 2, se les anda buscando cupo en el Hospital General.
El estado de ellos es grave.
2 de ellos sí.
Autoridades estatales en el estado de Chihuahua han dado a conocer que la investigación del incidente correrá a cargo de la Fiscalía General de la República y la Fiscalía General del Estado coadyuvará en lo necesario para esclarecer los sucesos.
Desde luego que nosotros tendremos que cuidar los derechos humanos de los migrantes y los derechos de los ciudadanos, como lo hemos debido hacer.
El centro de detención alojaba hasta este lunes a 68 migrantes hombres mayores de edad. Se espera en los próximos días.
This shelter was housing mainly men, over 68 men at this particular unit. Over 68 men were housed there, and now they don't have that. So they're just shooting themselves in the foot.
Visita a esta ciudad del presidente de la República Mexicana, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. César Contreras, Voz de América, Ciudad Juárez, México.
Y de Ciudad Juárez pasamos ahora a la capital mexicana para conocer la respuesta del gobierno a esta tragedia que enluta hoy a la comunidad migrante.
And so now they're going to send us to Mexico, and this is what Mexican government had to say about what just happened, guys.
Llegar con el informe.
El incendio de una estancia provisional de migrantes en Ciudad Juárez y la muerte de al menos 39 ciudadanos de Centroamérica y Venezuela conmociona a México.
Yo pienso que es una tragedia. México está de pobres migrantes y sus familias.
Los migrantes no deberían de llegar a México. Estados Unidos les debería de abrir las puertas.
That guy says the migrants should not even stop in Mexico. The United States should just let them all right in, he says.
El gobierno mexicano dice que el incendio fue provocado por los propios migrantes en protesta ante una inminente deportación.
Esto tuvo que ver con una protesta que...
He says this is over a protest that the migrants initiated
a partir, suponemos, de que
after supposedly
se enteraron de que
they found out that they were going to be getting deported.
Y como protesta
And as part of a protest,
en la puerta del albergue
at the door of the front entrance, they started burning their mattresses
del albergue y les
that
prendieron
belonging to the facility,
imaginaron de que esto iba
and they never imagined
esta terrible desgracia
that this would get out of control like that.
Que la fiscalía ya investiga los hechos.
que son migrantes de Centroamérica fundamentalmente
It's migrants from Central America, basically,
y algunos de Venezuela.
and some from Venezuela.
A través de redes sociales, el canciller Marcelo Ebrard lamentó los hechos y dijo que se ha comunicado con autoridades consulares de diferentes.
So this is just like it's a tragedy, and there has to be a better way, guys. There has to be a better way, because they are tarnishing the image for a lot of people, for people that do deserve the opportunity, for people that do want to come here and work hard, for people that have done things the right way. When situations like that arise, it makes good people look bad. And I know people. I know people from I know a few people from Central America. I know some people that were from Venezuela that are now living here in the U.S., and they're upstanding citizens. A lot of them have very good businesses. A lot of them have finished college even. Some of them have messaged me even on Instagram, and they're like, hey, we don't agree with this. You know, I'm from XYZ nationality, or I'm from this country or that country, and it was wrong. And some of you even reached out to me, and it was wrong for them to be attacking you. I was just stating facts. I wasn't trying to get like all in people's feelings or get people's feelings hurt. So I wanted to just jump on here and talk to you guys about this, because I think it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate situation, right? And it's gonna continue to get worse, and I don't think it's blood on the hands of Joe Biden. Do I think that? No. Just like I don't think it was Trump, or blood on the hands of Trump because of J6 or whatever. Like, no. Both of those are wrong. People, you know, it is what it is, guys. But I just wanted to jump on here and let you guys know that in fact it was 29 people that lost their life. I'm sorry, yeah, 29 people that lost their lives, and 39, 39, 39. But yeah, it's sad, and nobody should have passed like that. But again, actions have consequences, and they should not have been burning themselves out or trying to smoke themselves out like that. That's wrong. So I will be back with you guys tomorrow, and talk a little bit more. Hey, oh, you know what? Actually, if any of you guys want to call in, you can. Let me give you guys a phone number. 505 483 8356. I'll take a few calls. I want to hear what you guys have to say. That's 505 483 8356. No, not a brave soul, huh? Let's see. 505-483-8356, guys. I want to hear from one of you guys. What are your thoughts on this? 505-483-8356. I don't know, guys. It's really messed up situation. And then you have, let's see what we got here. I'll put you guys on. Let's see. Here you go. Bean burritos. It broke up when saying numbers. Let me put you guys on. Oh, we got somebody. Oh, call back. Call back. Hello. Howdy. Hello. Oh no. Might be because my battery's dying. Let me put on the charger. There we go. Hopefully they call back. Let's see.
Your call is very important to us. Please stay on the line and you'll be transferred.
Okay, guess not. So like I told you guys earlier, it's still unofficial, but El Paso's getting ready to receive at least 20 of the surviving victims from Ciudad Juárez. And they're going to be distributed between several hospitals here to provide them with care. And that is a gruesome, sad picture, guys. Those are some of the recovered cadavers from the situation that just happened yesterday. So it's pretty messed up. This is the center where it happened. Now they're saying 40 people died. Hello?
Hi, Anthony. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
This is One Way.
How you doing, One Way?
Good. I had a question.
Okay.
About, I'm late to this show, so I don't know what all's been said, but I've been concerned about the immigrants suffering that Oscar is documenting in the Darien Gap with him and Ben. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
And how does that translate into what's happening crossing our borders? Are these people crossing the borders the same ones that are coming up that Oscar documented?
Yes, ma'am. So basically, these are the same people that have been coming up through the Darien Gap. Most of the people that were hurt or were being housed at this detention center were from Central America, and upon them finding out that they would be deported, they set that on fire. Now, given maybe 5, 6, even up to 8 months back, Oscar had been covering the southern border of Mexico in Tapachula, and where he documented plenty, plenty of occasions where these individuals turned violent towards authorities and law enforcement agencies that were down there to assist them and help them by doing things passively. And of course, they're not. They come in with a sense of entitlement of I want it now, 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 now. And so you have situations where they just lose their cool, and yeah, it's the same people that are, you know, crossing into country from country to country to country illegally. And so, that being said, if their initial action upon coming to a place where they're supposed to come and assimilate and look for a better life, if the very first thing that you do is come in and break the law, I mean, you're already off to a pretty rough start, wouldn't you say?
I would. That's actually what I thought when I was watching the documentation on Tapachula, when I saw the multitudes that were kind of bum rushing the port of entry and just literally beating the officers and just running into Tapachula without going through the port.
And I mean, we don't even have to take it back months back. Let's just look back 2 weeks ago. What happened here in Texas, down at the border in El Paso through the Santa Fe International Port of Entry. The migrants 2 weeks ago bomb rushed the border, and when they started trying to pull at the concertina wire and shoving some of the agents out of the way, I mean that's you're already getting a sense of what these people bring to the table when they act in thus manner. That's not civilized. That's not a civil manner to come and try to do things. That's not the proper chain of command. That's not the way you do things. And a lot of people want to justify and want to, oh, well, poor them. They already went through the Darien Gap. First of all, they had plenty of other options. They didn't have to go through the Darien Gap. Okay? And then you say that, and then people tell you, oh, well, they didn't have the money to. Well, they don't have the money. They need to sit down somewhere and work and save the money. These people are grown people. They're not dumb. You can't just say, oh, poor migrants. They didn't know any better. They don't know any better. Nah. Come on. I
have a different opinion on there.
Okay.
Because for them to have the amount of money it takes to pay the cartels and the coyotes to come across, these are the more wealthy from their country to be able to afford it, because truly poor people couldn't afford to do this.
Yeah, no, you're right. Some of these people, are you there? Okay, there we go. Yeah, some of these people are in fact very wealthy, and while I was in El Paso, one of the agents out there, he actually was telling me, this group of people that we have here, they're all Mexican nationals. They probably paid the organized crime about $200 a person to be let in. Meanwhile, the high roller guys that pay 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 are being let in right now because all of our resources are tied up here with these Mexican nationals, which they'll be Title 42 tomorrow, but then they'll be trying by tomorrow night. And so while they have one group coming in through one side, they have another group coming in through another. But yeah, you're right. It does take several thousands of dollars. Another thing that people don't talk about is that sometimes their passage is in a way fronted to them. And what do I mean by that? Well, they gotta give something up in return for that favor of being let in. Or sometimes you got to come into the country and you have to work your debt off to some of these groups that allowed you to passage into the country. So there's a lot of situations that come into play with all of this. Absolutely.
Yeah, I have a problem with the cutting of the line because I have several friends who have immigrated and have come through the naturalization process. And they're dual citizens, and they are frustrated with the fact that these people are coming in and not working, and they came in naturalized, and they are professional working people. They're doctors and lawyers and teachers. Do these people not understand that they're shortcutting from being able to stay?
I think they understand. I don't think they care. They blatantly don't care. And I think from what I've seen of my time covering the border, they know what they're doing is wrong. They know that. They're not dumb. They know exactly what they're doing. So for us to sit here and try to justify them time after time after time, oh, it's because they were led to believe this, or it's because they were do that. No, like enough of that. If we continue with that mentality, we're just gonna allow ourselves and our country to continue to sink to these people. When do we say enough? I'm flabbergasted at the fact that we're going to be importing 20 of these people that we have zero responsibility to, and we're going to be bringing them to our country to take care of their wounds that happened in a different country, not under our jurisdiction, not under our watch, and now they're going to be put on America's tit. Here you go. Here's America's nipple.
The guy that you showed the other night that had the injured leg.
Oh, yeah. Now we get to take care of him too. Now they gotta heal his wound and make sure it's all good, and like it's we have elderly that can't afford to go to the hospital. We have people that can't afford their insulin. But we have these individuals that are arriving on a daily basis, and we're taking care of all of that for them. People are arriving, being taken to the ICU, sometimes even over 60 days, and we're paying the money for that. Okay, some of these people that are arriving and have injuries, and they need aftercare, and they can't hold them in the hospital anymore in El Paso, Texas. Guess what? They're renting out hotel rooms for them. They're renting out Airbnbs for them to continue their aftercare until they recover from whatever might be wrong with them. That is outrageous. When was the last time our government or a hospital paid for somebody to go quarantine themselves in a hotel while your family's in the same city potentially, but you're quarantined in a hotel paid by the hospital? Never. These people are getting everything for free on the taxpayer dollar. I'm going to be very blunt here. When did the freeloaders become more important than the taxpayer? I don't understand.
The taxpayer became silent, which is complicity.
It's unbelievable how we have allowed it to get to this point, and how Republicans still don't hold governors like Abbott accountable. They go along with whatever charades he's posting on Twitter, but he has the full authority of the law as a Texas governor to utilize the Constitution 100%. It's been proven. Kerry Lake was going to do it. Don Huffines would have done it. He had become Texas governor. We are letting these sleazeballs slide by because they're so slick with their words. He touts that he's the Lone Star operation, which I am not saying it hasn't been doing some good things. Yes, it has. But the National Guard is front lines on the border, helping migrants off the banana boats, helping them get processed by Border Patrol. Why is he not apprehending them with National Guard and putting them right back into Mexico?
I agree there, and the thing that is confusing is they are turning the Mexican citizens back into Mexico, but letting the others come in. There's selected countries that are being deported, but others get free walkthrough.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So I'm gonna pull up a few more videos here one way. Thank you for calling in tonight, and I look forward to hearing more from you in the next couple of live streams and hearing more from you. All right?
Thank you, Anthony.
Have a great night. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Look at this, guys. This was today. I hadn't seen this. They started protesting again today. So this guy, apparently that they're upset that why did you take the women out and not the men? So they're upset that some of the women during the fire, I guess, were pulled out and the men were not. Um, I now they're out there screaming that they want justice. I don't know what they expect the guard that's standing at the gate to tell them. I mean, it's not like he's a judge to give them justice. I don't understand. There's a character in this video, guys. There's a character in this video that's wearing a blue vest. I do believe I've seen that guy before. And he's one of the guys that's out there instigating this. So they're not out there just by themselves. A lot of the times you have activists that are out there trying to get these people to act out, trying to show these people how to game the system. So it's ridiculous. Yesterday, a state trooper also. Here it is. Look at this. He chased a man. He was in pursuit. Chased him all the way into Ciudad, Mexico. A state trooper. Look at him. That's the international port of entry back into Ciudad Juárez. And there they both go. Up the bridge and into Ciudad Juárez, Mexico. Look, Mexico. Look at this. And guess what? The guy, like a gangster, went in there and made his arrest. Went in there like a boss, baby. Get out. Got him, man. That's... Oh, man. Texas, baby. Texas don't play that. They do not play that. Let's see, what else? Any new news? Nope. That's pretty much it, guys. These people were just out there earlier today. Once again. It's a sad situation. Like I said, I don't wish that on anybody, no matter what. It's a very, very sad situation. Nobody deserves to die in that manner. But at the same time, there are consequences to people's actions. There should not have ever been a reason for those individuals to try to burn down the installations. There is always a remedy to everything and anything except when it comes to death. And so let's say a prayer tonight for the families of those people who were torched in there, because it is a sad situation. And hope they find some kind of peace. I personally do not feel it was the fault of those two officers that were on guard there. I can't judge them because being in that situation, they were probably afraid of being hurt, as they were obviously they were outmanned. There was way too many of those other individuals, and there were just two of them. So, um, at the end of the day, only the man up above knows, right? So, I just wanted to jump on here, talk to you guys for a little bit, and I will see you guys back again tomorrow for a little while, and then back on the border, baby. So you guys have a great night. Thank you for joining me, and